Goldfields has mines in Australia, Ghana, Peru and South Africa.
Right, so this one, of course, split off its South African assets, although it did keep South Deep, which is a big underground mine with substantial potential in the Carltonville area. So Nick Holland runs this one. It's quite similar insofar as it's pursued this globalization strategy, similar to AngloGold Ashanti.
Market cap 31.8 billion rand. We've got a PE of 166. Dividend yield here of 0.59%.
Yeah, so, I mean, solid assets in Australia, solid assets in South America. South Deep has unfortunately been the problem. This is an ore body which, for one reason or another, it's a section of the Wits Reef, which in the geological formation of the Carltonville
But they're holding
area,
on to this one, as
it got kind of crunched. So you've got these wonderful gold fans with very high grades. The only problem is they're 3 kilometers under the surface. Now, you'd think that's not too much of a challenge for the technical engineers. They didn't. They drilled massive shafts to get down there, and it's block and cave mining. So it's so good, the mining asset down there, that you can just blow it up and collect like huge chunks of ore. They have struggled to get it to the required output that they expected, which is kind of like 600,000 ounces.
See, I think you've done so much research on this industry because you don't want to be caught having made the wrong decision. I am very impressed that you know all this detail about the
Well, you know,
stocks.
these are companies and assets that have been around for a long time. So 15, 20 years ago, you could have been reading up about these.
I want to have a look at the share price graph here. Goldfield.
So there it is. Even in the last 5 years, it's been above 100 rands a share and has sagged to its current level, which is in the sort of 30 rands a share level.
Tell you what, if you're a risk taker, I'm almost thinking that I should just jump off this desk and go and mortgage my house and take all my money and put it across the board and sit and wait and just say it's 50-50.
Okay, but the thesis for that would be what? That these companies are going to re-engineer
that the mining
their businesses?
industry globally is not dead, that they will recover from these very soggy share prices.
Look, and the South African producers that are based in South Africa, like Harmony, like Sibanye, we'll talk about in a minute, they have to deal with labor issues, AMCU, NUM,
and we know that
electricity. But these international players have largely moved their operations offshore. So if they've got a mine like St. Ives in Australia, it's a largely open cast operation with like 3 people using enormous trucks and computers and air-conditioned containers and so on. So it's not that model, and there isn't an electricity issue really there as well. So they can make money.
Is Nick Holland.
Correct. So they can make money. The problem is that people used to get very excited about the shiny metal because, you know, inflation, because, you know, world dislocation and drama and so on. That's all gone. So all that you have is the physical demand.
I don't agree with you. I think the gold bugs are still out there. They're still advocating that gold will have its day in the sun.
There aren't any people like that anymore. They're all like retired.
Bring Chris Hart onto this show. So you said, have I asked you?
Not hot. No, you can see that share chart tells a story. It's not hot. It might have a few opportunistic flurries, but as far as a long-term investment prospects concerned, definitely not hot.
So not hot on Goldfields.